What's happening, guys? It's your boy Only Pressure representing gaming addicts. Today we're going to be unboxing the brand new Switch 2 released on June the 5th, 2025. I ordered mine from Costco. Costco does have regular restocks, but Costco requires you to have a membership in order to purchase the Switch 2 online from them. I purchased a membership for $65. That's the lowest priced membership they offer. But I did cancel the membership after receiving my order because it was no longer needed and I was refunded for the membership. So keep that in mind. I purchased the Mario Kart World bundle that comes with the digital game download of Mario Kart World that you can redeem in the Nintendo eShop and a 12-month individual membership for Nintendo Switch Online. How about that? This includes an expansion pack that gives access to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, upgrade packs for The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. All right, guys, let us get into the unboxing of the Switch 2. Are you excited? I know I am. Let's get it. Starting off, I want to briefly discuss the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack that is included with the Costco bundle. This is the packet that is included inside the shipment when you open your package. Alongside the Switch 2, of course, it states all of the things you are entitled to once you redeem the download code towards the bottom of the packet in the Nintendo eShop, which I will show you how to do later. You have to scratch off the gray area below in order to reveal the download code. Just to reiterate, this is for an individual membership for 12 months with Nintendo Switch Online, so a full year. That also includes a free expansion pack for Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild if you already own these two games on Switch, which I think is awesome. This bundle from Costco cost me $524.99 plus tax. $65 for the membership, which I got refunded for, so minus that at least. Moving along, how to redeem your download code. Number one, select Nintendo eShop from the home menu. Then select the account you want to use. Select enter code from the left side of the screen. Enter the 16-character download code. Select OK to begin downloading. It states for more information, go to support.nintendo.com/download help. Online play plus game chat. Play online with friends and family around the world in compatible games like Mario Kart World, Animal Crossing, New Horizons, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with game chat. You can play games and hang out like you are all in the same room, even if you're miles apart. Save data cloud. Your save data is automatically stored safely online for compatible games. Nintendo Classics. Play over 150 classic online games from the Nintendo GameCube, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, Nintendo Entertainment System, and Sega Genesis systems. Even better, games include added online functionality so you can compete or cooperate with friends. Nintendo Music. Kick back and enjoy some Nintendo tunes with Nintendo Music. The exclusive smart device app. Member-only special offers includes exclusive content and access to member-only items like classic wireless controllers. Want up-to-date info on the benefits that come with Nintendo Switch Online? Be sure to check the Nintendo Switch Online app on your Nintendo Switch system. Family membership. Get a family membership to share the fun with 7 other people. Scan to learn more. Rated everyone to teen. Okay, the wait is finally over. Time for the good stuff. Here we have the Nintendo Switch 2 packaging, Mario Kart World bundle. Let's have a look at the box. As you can see, the Nintendo branding and Mario Kart World included as a digital download. It is not a game key card or physical game cartridge. I know that has been a topic lately. It is a full digital download code that is entered in the eShop for redemption. Me personally, I don't mind digital games. I buy them both, but I understand the importance of a physical game from a reselling, trading, collecting, and full ownership standpoint. I stand with you guys in that argument because without physical game cartridges or physical games in general, that would cease to exist. And that is not to our benefits. Now let's examine the box. At the top, it has Nintendo branding, of course. The packaging does look pleasing to the eyes, I must say. Switch 2 is saying hurry up and open me. Next, On the side here, it has Nintendo Switch 2 label, and it is showing off a picture of the new Joy-Con controllers inside the box. It appears to me, at least, the colors on the Joy-Cons are a pinkish red and a baby blue, paying homage to the original Switch. The console is color coded on the side, so you know which side to place the Joy-Cons on, of course. All right, moving on. Let's have a look at the bottom, and it contains information basically advising what is inside the box. You can take the time to read that at your leisure. On the back side, there is a picture of the Switch 2 being docked, showing off the new dock, LCD screen, analog sticks, and accent colors. And of course, the matte black finish of the dock and the Switch 2 device. The new Switch 2 dock allows you now, when docked to the TV, to play up to 4K 60Hz, and is also capable of 120Hz when you're gaming in 1080p or 1440p, which is awesome. Finally, let us open the package and set our eyes on the new Switch 2. Is it pressure or not? We're about to find out, guys. I believe we are in for a delightful gaming experience. Got the top open and some instructions are listed. It states, step 1, plug it in. It also mentions AC adapter and power outlet configurations may vary outside USA, the United States of America. Step 2, set it up. It notes when attached to the Nintendo Switch 2 console, the Joy-Con controllers batteries will also charge. Also, to detach a Joy-Con 2 controller, press the release button on the back of the controller and pull outwards gently. Then press the power button to set the Nintendo Switch 2 system to sleep mode. There is a QR code listed at the bottom that you can scan for customer service, and it also lists a website, support.nintendo.com. Time to flip the box and start digging for gold. Get into the good stuff. Time for the official unboxing of the Switch 2 here on Gaming Addicts with yours truly, Only Pressure. Hit that like, share, subscribe button, and let's go! Oh, such a beauty. I'm getting ahead of myself here. The glaze is real. Going for the pinkish red Joy-Con first here. Looking nice. Let's get it out the baggie. Here is the dedicated chat button. It allows you to activate game chat. That allows players to voice chat, video chat, and share their game screen with friends. Also, you don't have to be playing the same games to communicate with your Switch 2 buddies. At the moment, game chat is available for free, but will require paid membership sometimes at the start of next year. So test it out and see if it's something you think is worth paying for. I honestly don't see why Nintendo would charge you to chat with your friends because this device is also marketed to kids. And making parents pay for their kids to chat with a friend is kind of a disservice. But that's a rant for another video. Also, as you can see, the controller has a home button that you can press that will take you to the home screen. It has your X, A, B, Y buttons still as well. Then there is a plus button towards the top that you can match it to the Switch 2 console to make sure things are lined up appropriately. It is also a fully functional button that can be used for various reasons within games. Here is the analog stick, surrounded by pinkish red rubber, to provide some color to our new matte black finish Switch 2. The analog stick is rubberized as well and feels pretty decent on the thumb. Here's your SL and SR buttons that you can use when playing with a single Joy-Con. They are alternative to L and R. The Joy-Cons do come with another new feature. They are able to function as a fully functional mouse. I will show you how to do that later. The Joy-Con feels premium, loving the look. The back buttons are fairly clicky. Feels good in the hand, but I know it feels awkward to some people. Let's take out our baby blue accented Joy-Con controller. Once again, paying homage to the OG Switch. I must say the accented colors looks great up against the matte black finish. You can also customize your Switch 2, of course, with stickers, grip cases, etc. to further personalize your Switch 2. This is where the chip protruding from the side of the console inserts into. The rectangular cutout on the inside of both Joy-Cons. I forgot to mention the Joy-Cons are magnetized now and connect to the console magnetically. I will show you how that works later. This here is the release button. See, the pin comes in and out when you press the trigger button on the back end. Well, that is how you properly detach your Joy-Con from the console. You can't just snatch it out once it is connected to the console. Even though I have seen videos showing with force, you are able to. But I wouldn't advise it unless you're trying to break your Switch 2, which no one is trying to do to their new $450 to $500 device, purposely at least. Also, it has the SL and SR buttons as well. Also very clicky. To me, it does feel premium and not cheaply made. I know a lot of people are upset by the price the Switch 2 released at compared to the original. With that being said, it is an upgrade, and you know inflation and whatnot. I'm not trying to justify astronomical prices, but it is an upgrade, not a downgrade. This is several years later from the original Switch release. Prices increase, but once again, not justifying the price. We all want affordable things in trying times because the economy is in shambles. So I feel your pain. With that being said, I am going to love my Switch 2 for eternity. Bury it with me. And I know anybody who purchased one will enjoy it as well. The circular button towards the bottom is the screenshot button. You can capture screenshots of games you are actively playing. Here's your directional buttons: up, down, left, right, analog stick towards the top. Here's the back trigger buttons. Moving along, time to pull out the big boy. We got a bigger LCD screen this time around, 7.9 inches. I know we all was hoping to get an OLED screen, but from other reviews I heard the LCD screen shows beautifully bright and vibrant. The bigger screen is welcome, however. The screen also comes with a built-in screen protector. It is barely noticeable, but it is there. Nintendo advises us not to remove it. It is there just in case the screen shatters and keeps shards from flying out, which can result in injuries. You can also add your own screen protector on top of the pre-installed one for added protection, which I will be installing for you guys later on. Here is where you insert your game cartridge. You just pull up on the small tab. You can see the inside components, slide your game cartridge in, and slide it back down to close it. This is your headphone aux, where you will plug in your headphone jack. This is your USB Type-C port, where you can connect the AC adapter to charge the console. Here is the ventilation to keep the device cool. Next to it is your volume buttons to increase or decrease game volume. Lastly, your power button to power on, off, or put the console in sleep mode and wake from sleep mode. This is what is present on the top of the Switch 2. Here's a closer look. Loving the design so far, as well as the bigger screen, and can't wait to power it on and go over the setup process as well as the settings. Here's the back of the Switch 2. Nintendo's logo plastered beautifully. Here is the kickstand that you can use for tabletop mode to play the Switch 2 at several different viewing angles. The kickstand is not too flimsy. It does feel premium. It is thin, however, but not too thin. You do have to put in a little effort to get it to move. I'm going to show you how far it goes. It does lay down pretty low. I am going to give you a better view of tabletop mode later. Stay tuned. This is the bottom of the Switch 2. When you are in tabletop mode, these are the grips on the right and left side to keep you from scratching up your Switch 2 and keeps the device from sliding around. These are your speakers to play sound and another USB Type-C port. So you can decide whether to plug your AC adapter on the top port or the bottom port to suit your preference. Let's take a look at the big 7.9 LCD screen display on the Switch 2. I know mine is a little dusty, but it's going to get cleaned up later when we apply the screen protector on the console. Here is the left hand side where the baby blue Joy-Con is going to connect to. It is a magnetized connection and I'm going to showcase it for you. Here is the right side where the pinkish red Joy-Con is going to connect to. It does have a Nintendo branding in the inside. That's your connector in the middle, which is a protruding chip that inserts into your Joy-Con controllers. So that's your 7.9 inches of the LCD screen for the Switch 2. Let's set it to the side and digging deeper into our treasure trove. We have the Mario Kart World digital download. It states scratch off for download code. Full game download. Can't wait to play Mario Kart World. Yes, sir, ski. I will provide gameplay for you guys. On the back side, you want to follow these instructions to download your digital game. Next up, another pamphlet that explains health and safety information and usage guidelines. Just explaining on how to use your device safely, of course. We don't want to put our Switch 2 in the microwave. This is the ultra high speed HDMI cable for the Switch 2 when you are in dock mode and playing on a monitor or TV. You would plug it to the dock and to the back of your TV or monitor, and I will show you how this works later on. Here's how the cable looks. Now, setting this to the side, these are the connectors you snap onto the bottom of your Joy-Con 2 controllers to turn them into fully functional mouses. Yes, you heard correctly, fully functional mouses. Some games will support these new features. Can't wait to check them out, of course. Let's take a look at the reddish pink one. Let's do the same for the baby blue one. There are light indicators on the side of them as well. I will show you how to attach these to the Joy-Con 2 controllers. So once again, stay right here, locked in for the exclusive showcasing on Gaming Addicts. Let's remove the portion of the box so we can see what is hiding underneath. Here we have our included Switch 2 controller. You can attach your Joy-Con 2 controllers to the left and the right side color indicated to turn this into a wireless controller. You can use the controller while playing in tabletop mode or dock to a TV or monitor. This is the included USB Type-C cable on both ends that connect to the AC adapter to charge your Switch 2 console. It does have Nintendo branding labeled on the Type-C connectors, which is nice. At least you know it is your dedicated Nintendo Switch cable. Even though any USB Type-C cable can be used, I am sure. Type-C cable into the Type-C port of your AC adapter, and then you can plug it into your Switch 2 and a wall outlet to charge your Switch 2. Time for the grand finale, guys. Here we have the new and approved Nintendo Switch 2 docking station, so you can play on your OLED TV for some 4K 60Hz gaming, showcasing those amazing Mario Kart World in-game graphics. Can't wait. Look at the side here. Has Nintendo branding with HDMI listed towards the bottom corner. There is two USB Type A connections here on the side. Here is the space where you sit your Switch 2 to be docked. The dock also charges your Switch 2. The dock also comes with a built-in fan to keep the dock cool. We don't want it to overheat and cook our Switch 2 like a piece of toast during long gaming hours, now do we? Switch 2 logo on the opposite side as well. Beautifully branded monitor logo towards the bottom with a small light indicator. Looking good. Once again, I will be showing how to dock your Switch 2 and use it properly. Pull here towards the top, be gentle, and it does open. As you can see, then remove the back plate. Here is the inside of it. You have your USB Type-C connection for AC adapter. This is where your HDMI cable will connect to on the docking station. And you can hardwire an Ethernet cable to the docking station as well for a stable internet connection if you're not a fan of Wi-Fi. This is the bottom of the docking station. Here is a QR code that probably contains further info about the device, such as serial numbers, things of that nature possibly, if you had to contact support. Here is 4 grips at the bottom to keep the dock from sliding around and from scratching surfaces. Here is how you place the back plate back on to cover up the ports for the HDMI, AC adapter, and Ethernet cable. Not too hard. Went in perfectly. So that is the new Switch 2 docking station. What are your thoughts? Comment below. Hope you guys stayed to the very end. I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for the setup video. More Switch 2 content on the way, folks. Peace.